Okay, this here flash is a good one. I'm going to line up over top of this white dot down there on the floor while I'm on top of this apps window balcony railing here. So I line up just like this, stand up, and here's how I used to throw it on 64 tick. I'd aim to the right of this, the corner of that rafter there, run forward and jump throw, and my crosshair get to the bottom. Now on 128, I'm just aiming here at the middle of this slanted part here, and jump throw at the bottom of the rafter there, or thereabouts. Both throws still work. I can still use the other one, but that just seems to be, that's optimal placement to me right there. It's yeah, you can't do any better than that because I'm still not flashed here. So you see what's happening here is we're flashing Porch, except for this one little spot where he's in the open, but everywhere else back here, they're flashed. Our guys, they're not flashed, especially if you throw it as good as that, but that's asking a bit much to throw it that perfect every time, unless you're me. The other position I'm going to throw is just at the back corner of this left side of the balcony. You see where I am here, okay. And now this one's much more difficult to line up and throw. The old way I threw it on 64 tick, that still works again. You can just aim, I don't know if you can see this very faint, somehow distinguishable gray blob that I see. I'm able to line up on that. It's to the right of this darkest line here. So I aim right about here, and then I run forward and jump throw somewhere about the middle of the pipe. Now, if on 128 tick, I can line up the same place horizontally, which in the middle of the pipe, and jump throw here at the bottom of the pipe or thereabouts. But they both work, which is easier. I don't know. I kind of like this way now, but it's definitely much more difficult from this side over here because you just got less. It's just easier to hit this wall in front of you, and the angle is not as good either. So if I just do the old way, that'll still work. Maybe it just is less likely to go quite as far. So, I mean, it's still great. Some pointers on how to do it consistently. One way I used to screw it up is not holding the forward key until after I've released the jump throw. So now that I keep that in mind, I almost never miss. And then just got to have attention to detail here, what you're trying to do, and paying attention to what you're doing, because it ain't easy, but it's very doable, especially if you've practiced it. And honestly, this is like my first time back in the server today, and that's not hard to do. But this way is definitely the easiest way. I'll show the old way I did it too, but it still works just fine. Still great. I mean, come on now. So yeah, that's what we're trying to do. Just having attention to detail. And this one is more difficult, but is also doable. And so now I'll just add some extra stuff that I can do from these positions as well to throw in combination with this wonderful flash to help our guys, push around this corner, peek this corner, come around here, and get a leg up on this short push. Over on this side of the balcony, over top of the white dot down there, the first thing I do to complement that flash is a smoke for left mid. And I aim right about here, which is above and left of this black dot here. I use my crosshair to line it up like that, but there's this little black triangle there, this gray triangle there that you could aim at if your eyes were good enough. But I do that, and then I wait a couple seconds so I can do that flash, and with that thing bloomed, long is smoked off and short is flashed off, and seems like that'd be a real good time for our guys to come around this corner. And if you throw with the lineup I showed there, this guy won't see much of anything towards the ramp, and the backside ain't particularly great neither for him. So my second favorite thing to do from this position is the molly long corner. I'm aiming just to the right of the bottom of this mark on the wall here, just about like that. I got this from watching Electronic Cloud9 play one time. And with this lineup here, it's going to pretty much guarantee there's nowhere this guy could be on this line watching that angle. So we can kind of burn that sniper out of there, or at least make him feel the heat if he wants to stick around, and aim at our guys coming out ramp. But I'll add one more flash now here. I'm just aiming with the bottom of my crosshair somewhere at the bottom of this rafter, about like that. So it looks like that, but alternatively, you could aim right here along this black line here on the rafter, somewhere in there to the end. That's fine. Anywhere in here is good. And then just crouch and jump throw. It's the exact same throw. So I show that, and then I'll put the nade script on for the way I throw it more quickly. And it's the exact same throw. It doesn't hit anywhere under the porch. It'll full flash anywhere else, but anywhere back here and beyond. Doesn't get every little bit where this guy could be watching that boiler door, but does some stuff. And it even full flashes guys up here, even if they're close watching this angle here, because it is just low enough that it still works for everybody down there, including all the way over here. Like these guys would be nice and flashed. And anybody else back here obviously be mollied off or smoked off. So speaking of smoking off long, let's just go right to that then. And the way I do it now is I'm crouching, I'm aiming right here on this part of the door, very specifically that part, not lower or higher, but right about there is perfect. And then stand and jump throw. And obviously that goes great with these flashes here. Probably wait a second before I started that flash barrage, so this thing had time to get down there. Yeah, I could throw it a little bit lower and it looks even more pretty because it'll come out even wider, but that'll do the job. And so anybody not smoked off here is getting flashed. I mean, just about anybody. And they obviously peek this, clear this area on the first flash, then come around here, clear this in the second flash. And it should be a walk in the park. Alternatively, smoking long, it's a little easier to aim right here. You don't have to be so accurate. Just aim at the middle of this circle here, crouch and jump throw. It's just easier to line up. And, I mean, it doesn't go as deep, but it gives them less to play with over here. A few spots they could be, but also now we have more room to swing wide. So one more thing that I would do from here is another thing I pulled from Cloud9 playing this game with electronic. Well, first I aim right here, right at this, see this spot right here on the wall, aim right in that little, whatever you want to call that right there. Just jump throw. And that goes great with this long molly, and of course with this flash. Why not always do that flash. So long corners mollied, we got a flash is short. And this guy, if he might get stuck here without any teammates who can trade for him. If we can kill him, he's isolated. Everybody else at site doesn't really have a view at short now with that smoke up. So we can just take map control or isolate this guy, flash him, and kill him in a way that his teammates aren't probably not going to be able to help him out. Or he can just run away when he sees that smoke coming down. Ooh, what am I doing? I wasn't looking all the way down, I guess. Because I never fall. Yeah, this play, I'll link a video of what Cloud9 did here, but it was really clever. Because they did basically Autimatic through that molly, somebody else threw this smoke, and I don't know if they flashed a guy and killed anybody up here, but then they took this spot, and they double-naded here real quick, and that low trajectory throw that you can't see coming through the smoke till it's like too late to get away from, and they got a free double-nade kill from the guy in pit, and it was just, memorable. So that was the inspiration for all this junk. All right, now back over here to this side of the balcony, and the first thing I'll add from over here is another flash. Just aim it right at this dot below this pipe here. You can aim a little higher, like no higher than this right here, or no lower than that right there would be any good, but I guess I'll just show the whole range of throws. I think the second one here, right on the dot, is just about right, but they're all pretty good in different ways. They're all going to get underneath the porch here, and I think that second one right on the dot is just about as good as I can get both sides of that pillar, as well as all these other spots, including most of this long side, the top mid here. So if we got a smoke down here, along with them two flashes, oh, then we got something going. So the smoke I'll use is, I'm just aiming right in the middle of this segment of pipe here, below this elbow coupling and above this part of the window frame. Just aim right dead center. You can even aim a tiny bit below center and even a tiny bit left, but to be safe, just aim a tiny bit high and right, in case you're not lined up perfectly. But I'm always going to be lined up perfectly here because I'm going to use this perfect lineup to do these very, very demanding nades here. So you can just aim right there and pop it off real quick. It does the job. Don't want to go too far left, otherwise you're going to skip off the side of that, or miss that entirely, I mean. And too low when you hit the roof. Too high is fine, because it's not really a problem, just won't be as pretty as that. And one more smoke, aim just right here, below this this round part of this weird stain here. Just about like that. And this is for that hay cart. And yeah, I'll do these flashes, because that's what I'm here for. Hard to do it any better than that one right there. But this is just that same flash, or the same smoke. And I chose this smoke, this position in here, because you really can't use this to get any kind of one-way on us on this side. And yeah, it still blocks off everything they could potentially see towards short.